Welcome back, everybody. You are tuned in to the Head to Head podcast with your boys Mo and O. This is your boy Mo speaking. I got my brother O over here, and today we're joined with special guest, my coach Erica. Coach Erica, she's a health and mindset coach. I met her back in U Pike. I want to say, what was it, 2013, 2012?
Yeah.
It's one of those years, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, good, very good people, man. That's all we invite on here. We invite good spirits. We invite people that have, that got stuff going on in their lives. And we try and push everybody. We try and elevate everybody. So today, Coach Erica, she's actually going to tell us about her fitness journey, the benefits from the fitness, how she turned it into a business, and how she handled like her daily expenses. Because to be honest with you, everybody could go to the gym. The hardest part is how do you eat? When it comes down to it, diet is the biggest part. All right. We're also going to talk about our personal goals and how we reach that. So today, episode 9, like we said last episode, we already 2 months in. We appreciate everybody listening to us. We got special guest Coach Erica in here. She's gonna jump us off, So we're gonna start it off with just give us a little background about you, Erica. Tell us where you're from, what you studied in college and everything like that. I remember you played soccer and everything, so you an athlete. Just tell us about that and tell us like how you transitioned into your fitness journey and everything, because we speak on it. Everybody on this platform has been a college athlete, basically. So speak on your transition into the from being a college athlete to a regular human being, to not a human. Everybody's a human being, but a regular civilian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And speak on your fitness journey.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm from southeastern Kentucky, and I played soccer since I was 3. I played for about 17 years because that's when I went to Pikeville. I wasn't mentally healthy when I was in college, so of course when you're in college you partying and stuff, but I was a little excessive. And y'all's football team had like trainers in there with you to teach you how to lift weights correctly. We did not have that. We kind of just got thrown a paper with the workouts and we had to just wing it, and that was a disaster. But I was always overweight when I was younger, and of course as I grew a little older, like I just grew into my shape, but I was still overweight. And I was never taught how to eat correctly because living in the South, you always have fried food. You always have, it's good food.
Eat good.
Don't get me wrong.
We eat good.
Yeah. But I was never taught, like, you can't outwork a bad diet. I was never taught that. I was taught you can eat whatever you want as long as you're working out all the time. So I studied business administration in college, and I did not want to. I actually wanted to be a pastry chef, but I got talked into doing business administration to become a pastry chef by my mother, which is okay. Everything happens for a reason. I actually got kicked out of school.
I did not
that's
know
another
that.
story.
Wow.
You didn't know that? Okay.
Nah, I did not know that.
So you didn't. I can't believe you didn't know.
What's the reason?
You won't believe me, but I went to jail. Okay.
Oh.
Because yeah.
Been there, done that.
Well, I've just
everybody got a story.
Jail, you know.
Yeah.
But I got really drunk, as I was. Something I'm not gonna get too dark because it's not a good time. But if you talk about it, it's not as taboo. So I was sexually assaulted in college, and then of course went into like a depression. And a lot of people didn't know that because these people lied to everyone on campus saying that we had a good time. So I lost a lot of friends, and I was just in depression, and I started going to a counselor. I didn't know I was depressed, obviously. But when she was like, okay, you're sleeping all the time, you're not going to class, like, how long have you been depressed? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm fine, what do you mean? So going to a counselor helped a lot, so that's why I encourage any student athlete to go, even if you don't think you're having any issues, because someone to talk to with a different perspective is very important, especially someone not in your situation. And they help you figure out a way to move in the right direction that you need to. I did not listen because I was young and dumb. I was like 20. We went out to, what's it called? Bank 253. Is that what it's called?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
Bank
yeah, yeah.
253 is still
So
there.
I got too drunk because I couldn't handle my liquor because I was a child. And I just woke up in jail the next day. The only thing I remember is being at the bar, and then I woke up in jail. I thought I killed somebody. My nose was broke. I tried to get out of
Whoa.
the bed and got my foot caught in the comforter. It wasn't anything exciting, and I hit my face on the concrete floor, and it broke my nose. So,
Oh man. Whew.
yeah, yeah, and so I got out, and right before all this happened, like a month before, my dad's past fiance committed suicide. That had nothing to do with what happened whenever I got drunk. People told everyone that's what it was, but I just got too drunk. And so I get released out of jail, and I call my dad, and of course he's at his fiance's grave, so no one's coming to pick me up, and I'm downtown Pikeville with basketball shorts on, no shoes, and I have to walk back up to campus, and they're having this big thing at the park. It was embarrassing, but so mentally I was not okay. And then for fighting with my suite mate, I got kicked out of school. Not because I was drunk and acting crazy and cussing out campus police and nothing like that, just because I fought with my suite mate. And so I went back home, but it was good timing because my dad actually wasn't upset with me, shockingly. He was just glad I was home because he was going through a lot. My mother wanted to strangle me, of course. And for a while, for like fast forward a couple of years, like I was just going to the gym randomly. I wasn't sticking with nothing. But I knew I
Right.
had to do something because mentally I was not happy. I was not okay. And I found a friend. May he rest in peace. He was murdered a couple of years ago. And he taught me back to go back into the gym. So I went back into the gym, and of course I started working out every day, and I started feeling a lot better. And I was like, okay, I can really help people doing this because I know what it's like to be depressed and not be able to want to get up out of the bed in the morning. And I got the drive to do that and actually see the benefits of it mentally. So I started getting my personal training certification. In the process of that, I was already a nursing assistant. So I got to see both ends of it, like people young, athletic, and also people that are old in rehabilitation centers. And their little motto is if you don't use it, you lose it, which is true. So then I moved to Nashville after I was in northern Kentucky for a while, and I became a personal trainer. To be honest, it was for vain reasons at first because I was like, every personal trainer I see, they look bomb. So I want to be a personal
Hey,
trainer.
everybody, hey, I don't care what nobody say. That background drive for working out is to look good, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Exactly. And to
That
feel
background
good.
drive is to look good. Yeah, you look good, feel
Yeah.
good, man.
And I, but when I'd done it that way, I was overtraining and working out 6 days a week and doing too much. And then once I dialed it back some, I actually started seeing results because I gave myself time to rest and I wasn't doing it chasing the body that I wanted. I was just doing it for my health. Because I later realized these people that are super ripped on social media aren't, most of the time, aren't doing it a healthy way. So once I realized that, and I was comparing myself to women that struggle to keep their muscle instead of women that have bodies like me that have to lose weight and then gain muscle, I realized that I was just being unfair to myself. And I was really like very hard on myself, of course, because social media, if you compare yourself, it's the thief of joy. And I was to the point where like I would honestly work out, be all in, and then stop for a couple months and then do it again and do it again. And I was like, I can't do this because my clients are going to do this. I want to attract clients that do the same thing I do, not people that really want to make a change. So I had to stop doing that. And once I stopped doing that, I started getting most women that I work with have never worked out before, or they have no idea what to eat, or they haven't worked out in a very long time. And just seeing their progress motivates me to do better because if you're leading, you have to lead by example. And I'm just very grateful that I'm not where I was 5 years ago when you kind of knew me. Because, I mean, you didn't know, like, the
Hey,
crazy story, but...
man, it's all growth though. I mean, like, cause we all have to hit rock bottom to build up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that was your rock bottom, but
Oh,
like you're saying, you're
it's
explaining
okay.
that was a low point. Hey, all right, then,
Yeah,
hey, that was your
that's
rock
okay.
bottom. But shit, you built up, and like now, like your platform, I'm not even gonna like, I'm not trying to toot your horn or anything, but you being kind of humble because you have a pretty vast platform. You have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things that you embrace and that you're an ambassador to, and that
Mm-hmm.
you do promote. So, I mean, like for you to make that journey, everybody has had moments like that. I mean, you shouldn't be
Yeah.
ashamed of it. To be honest with you, that's that's your story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's your story. If anything, embrace that shit, man, because that's what
Yeah.
people want to hear. They want, like you said, Instagram. Everybody compares themselves to Instagram. It is what it is. We see what we see, and like some people they have what they have, but it's not all like peaches and cream. We're real people. That's real shit that happened to you, and
Definitely.
you turn that it's not a tragedy or anything, but you basically like the rose that broke through the concrete. You know what I mean? You through all that
Mm-hmm.
adversity, your ass rising. You breaking through that shit. So
Yeah.
that's deep, man. You know that's dope.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, man, no problem. Like I had no idea. Like that,
I
dang, yeah.
see.
You,
I thought you do.
I'm like,
I was like, oh
nah,
gosh.
man. Man, you know me though. Like even in college, even now, I'm the same guy. It's like I'm I be focused, man. That's all it is. Like I really don't pay too much mind. I say what's up. I'm cool with you. But I don't be reaching out like that. Like I'm
No, you
very
quiet.
like
You just
just
always see yourself.
yeah, I'm just to myself, man. That's all it is, man. Like, dang, that's wild. You know, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
shoot, look at you now, you know.
Hey.
You're a whole healthy mindset coach. Like you help people get on, move on from moments like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
Yeah,
big time
man.
for real.
So
That's a crazy story. That's a crazy story, but at the same time, everyone starts. You got to start somewhere. And those experiences,
you
they
got to.
build you and make you stronger, man. Shoot, you adapt. Improvise, adapt, overcome, and right now you're
Yeah.
overcoming. That's big. And then I loved how you said you're a mindset coach as well. Like we were talking before we all logged on. Yeah, you could be a personal trainer and just do the physical work, but at the same time, the mental work is really important as well because if your mental's not there, you're gonna be that person like you just said. All right, I'm gonna work out for a couple of weeks and skip a couple months and try to work out again, blah blah blah, and you're not gonna get any results.
Mm-hmm.
But if you train that mental, you know what I'm saying, get over the speed humps, trying to get up early in the morning, commit, you start seeing results physically once you get your mental strong. You know what I'm saying? So shoot, I love the story. Like I said, we loved it.
Thank
You know, it's hard. It's hard to really come out and say stuff like that. Hey, I was arrested, blah 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 blah. So we all had
Yeah.
our dark
Like that's
spots. You know what I'm
wild.
saying? When I got done playing football, in college, coming from Florida, we all thinking about the league. And then once I was done, I'm like, man, it's not a possibility. Stuff happens, and you kind of just like, damn, what am I
you.
going
Mm-hmm.
to do next? I'm here. I was here to play football. I don't really care about school.
You
I
feel
got a
stuck.
degree, but I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we all find a way. Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
And if you mentally aren't okay, you're not going to be okay in any part of your life either. So there's no way that you're going to be able to stick to anything. And one thing that I always like, because if you aren't taking care of yourself, I've noticed a pattern with people. They feel like they're not worthy subconsciously of achieving whatever they want to achieve. So, of course, your biggest enemy is yourself. And I give them homework to do things like 70. You all need to do this. Everybody needs to do this. 77 reasons why you're the shit. Write that down. Once you
Okay.
get like to 50, it gets hard, and you might need to be like, "Hey, why do you like me?" Like talking to your wife or whoever, and
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do
for
that for
real,
real.
it will give you a perspective. Like we're always hard on ourselves. It'll give you the perspective of like, "Hey, I am the shit, just a little bit." Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that I should like about myself, and if they're having a bad day or they're struggling with like, I don't really want to work out or we do another exercise, homework exercise of them looking in the mirror and naming at least 10 things that they like about themselves. It can be my hair looks nice today, anything like that. And instead of picking themselves apart negatively like you typically do, like I need to improve this, I need to lose weight over here, whatever. It's to okay, I'm really big on psychology. There's this woman named Dr. Caroline Lee, and it disrupts the negative pattern, thought pattern in your brain. So if you do it over time, you start thinking more positively without even realizing it. So I make them do that every day, and whenever you reread the list, if you're having a bad day, it helps to rewire your brain. That sounds crazy, but it's awesome. And just people don't, I'm glad now they talk about mental health a lot more. I'm so glad, because before people never even really paid attention to it. They were like, just eat healthy and work out and you'll be fine. But mentally, you have to be there to be able to want to get up out of the bed in the morning and go work out. And
have to.
I always tell people to not be all in, because if you do the all in or all out, like I'm not going to do it, you end up burning yourself out. You end up being way harder on yourself. You don't give yourself some grace through the process, and you don't even like the process because you're so strict on yourself. And it takes time to see results. The body will come with it as long as you stay consistent. It may not be like your body you want on Instagram, because it's probably not even real. It's probably Photoshop or surgery. But, which surgery is fine, but I just don't like trainers that say, do my 10-week program and get this, but you've had a BBL and a bunch of other stuff. It just makes
CRT or
no
whatever
sense to
for the
me.
fellas.
Yeah.
CRT is a big thing for the fellas on Instagram. A little
Oh my
testosterone
goodness.
treatment stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
ain't
then
never heard
say,
of that.
10 weeks, you're good. Okay, and you're not going to look like that. Because I used to look up to people like that, and that's when I did my little research looking through their stuff, and then they finally admitted that they had, like, ass shots and stuff. And I was like, I ain't ever going to have a booty like that.
Yeah,
So you just have to be realistic with yourself and try not to compare yourself, because I know that's just human nature. You're going to. But then if you do that, pick out things that you like about yourself, not just things that you can improve, because we can always improve.
Most definitely.
Right.
So I got a question for you, right? So this is bringing me back to college, like in society and all this type of stuff, and like psychology of society, right? So when we're growing up, generations change. When we were younger, and you're probably our age. I was born in '94, early 2000s. Back in the early 2000s, the skinny model physique was popular back then. Every female wanted to be skinny. Making herself throw up in the bathroom. A couple years go by, we get a little bit older, probably to this generation now. Now it's all about the slim waist. Nice being thick as a female, as a guy being swole, ripped up. That's what's in our society, that's the perfect image. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, especially you in your profession being a mindset coach, how do you try to persuade your clients that, look, like you just said, hey, most of this stuff ain't real, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all media, or, they cheated to get there, you know what I'm saying? They're taking some type of treatment or getting surgery. You realize, most of the time, under the knife, they're not getting results in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You got, like you said, you got to look at yourself and look at your family and all your biology, your diet. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be who you're going to be, but you can still improve yourself and, make yourself better versus, going under the knife or taking steroids or TRT or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, how do you talk to your clients like that?
The way I talk to them, usually the way your clients come to you, either they need help or they want to look like you. That's why there's so much pressure for personal trainers to like look amazing, because the clients want to look like that. So when I started realizing that, I started posting different things on my Instagram and not just pictures of me showing my booty and stuff. I mean, I still do that every now and then, but that's just because I like to. But I show me posing, and then beside of it, I'll show me not posing, so that you can see, like, this is just angles. And in my captions and things like that, and if I talk to them and they get in my DMs or we talk on the phone, whatever, I explain to them that they can have a dream body. That's fine if you have goals of what you want to look like. But I'm going to let you know if that's realistic or not, if they've had surgery or not, if that's possible for you. of course, anything is possible if you put your mind to it, but genetically, if you're not going to look like that, like someone that has no butt, and like it's not going to happen, you'll have something there, but it won't be Kim Kardashian, obviously. But just breaking it down and explaining to them that they are beautiful the way they are, and male or female, and that we can have an idea of what we want to look like, but we can't hold on to it too tightly, because if you do, you're just going to continue to be disappointed in yourself for no reason. So that we set goals and then break them down into smaller goals to get to where they want to be, and help them. The main thing is helping break it down and helping them understand that it may be possible, it may not be possible. And if it is, I'm going to help you get there. But if not, let's look at what you want to improve on yourself rather than what you see that you like on someone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. All right. So, just tell us a little bit about your personal like fitness journey. Like how you started out and some of the struggles that you encountered. I mean, because a fitness journey is exactly what it is. You know, it's a journey. And that's one thing I've learned is that it's a learning experience. You learn about a lot about yourself, what you're good at, what you like, and what you struggle with. And it's amazing. I know myself, cause shoot, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I've never been able to do pull-ups, bro. But I remember working out with O back in 2019, bro. I was hitting 5 on my own. That was amazing to me. Like, bro.
That's awesome.
And it's like, now I'm gonna put this into perspective for y'all. I'm a big human being, bro. Like, like some of y'all do pull-ups. Some of y'all males do pull-ups. Y'all maybe weigh 185. No, at most probably 245. Nigga, we was doing pull-ups at 285, 290, 5 of them. Pulling that. Like, come on, man. I was under 300 then. But it's all right. I'm gonna get back to it. I could hit 1 right now, but I'm gonna build back up to it. So yeah, just tell us about some of your how you call it, like your triumphs that you came over, what you struggled with, and then also what you noticed that you like benefited from it. I know it puts us in a better mind space and everything, but just overall, like how your body and mind really feels about it.
Yeah. So when I first started taking training seriously in like 2017, I was doing too much. I was working out for like 3 hours a day. An hour of that was cardio, 2 hours was lifting weights, 6 days a week. And I thought that was the way to get where I wanted to be. But then, of course, as I started doing my courses with personal training, I was like, oh. So I dialed it back to 3 to 4 times a week of lifting like an hour and a half and doing like 30 minutes of cardio every couple days. And then I started seeing little bicep muscles. You know how excited I got? I've never had arm muscles in my life. And because playing soccer, you don't use your arms. So I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So then, of course, that motivated me. I still struggle doing pull-ups. Lord help me. But once I had an issue with not going to the gym by myself when I first started. Because everyone feels that way, like people are staring at you, like if you haven't been in a gym setting before, and I refuse to go if no one will go with me. So I finally like forced myself, because of course if you do that and no one wants to go, then you're going to end up never going, which I didn't. And then before I started working out 6 days a week, I finally forced myself to go by myself, and I was like, hey, this isn't that bad. Like, I'm okay. No one's even looking at me. I'm just being paranoid. And I started going by myself, so that was a very big victory for me. And that got to when I got serious about everything. And I was thick, but I was not strong in any way, shape, or form. So I learned that, sadly. I could not squat more than like maybe 90 pounds. I was so sad, but I built that up, and that's okay. And
Where you at now?
125. I mean, not much. I don't
Okay.
live. I don't
Hey,
have
hey.
barbells at our apartment complex, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And it just mainly it taught me to not give up, because if you give up, that's when you fail. Because you can't fail
Right.
unless you just stop and give up. And once I started seeing progress, I was like, okay, we can't stop now. So, I mean, I've had my
Right.
moments. One of the worst struggle I had was like binge eating, because that's one thing. Never restrict yourself from anything. Some professionals don't like when people say like eat it in moderation, but I'd rather you have a piece of cake than eat the whole cake later, because you wouldn't let yourself have it. And I used to do that to myself a lot. I used to get so upset with myself if I would eat something that I shouldn't have or isn't as healthy as something I should have had. But I worked through that to where I don't do that anymore. It took a couple of years, but of course it's always a process. And that was a very great victory of me not feeling guilty for eating things that aren't even technically bad for you. They're just not as nutrient dense as something else, as like a carrot. So once I got through that, I started seeing even more improvement, because if you do things like that, it stresses your body out. And if you put too much stress on your body, you're not going to see the results that you want. So that's why hydration and sleep are extremely important. If you don't get enough sleep, your body isn't restoring itself enough for you to be able to gain or retain the muscle that you need, or burn the fat that you need as you're sleeping. Yeah. So I got past binge eating, and I lift heavier weights now. So proud, strong lady. And I've got past the mental blocks of I have to have someone there with me or I can't do it. So it taught me a little independence.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I can
Do
imagine
you
being.
find
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Shoot, I couldn't imagine being a female going to a gym. I know when I go to a gym, I hate when people look at me, and I'm a guy, but I just hate when when it comes to guys
Yeah.
looking at each other, it's more like an ego type of thing. So I'm naturally a strong person, but Mo sees me lift because I like to lift heavy. That's just me. I don't do it to impress nobody.
That's
But
just
you got
funny.
that guy that will look at
That's
you
just
lifting,
funny.
and then try to go a little bit
So
heavier, and just
creepy.
kind of. I'm like, bro, like I ain't trying to compete with you. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get a pump in. So female is a little bit different. You kind of like my fiance. She hates going to the gym by herself because of the same issue. You got them older guys kind of
Yeah.
creeping around. Oh, she's squatting. Oh, what's she doing?
And they
Exactly.
just walk up to
It,
you and stuff. Ooh,
exactly.
it's so bad.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Mo.
But yeah, I could really attest to what you just said too, because bro, going to the gym by myself as a male, dog, I just went to the gym, my mom's gym over here in the neighborhood, what was it, yesterday morning. And like you said, bro, I'm just on the bench. And you know me, I could lift heavy, but I don't want to. Like that's not me, man. I ain't playing no more. So I really on bench, I'm not going over 275. There's no reason to. Unless I'm trying to hit 315 for that 10, which I'm gonna hit, bro. I'm going to hit it. But I just had 225 on the bar and I'm just doing sets of 10. Bro, I look over, this dude is like really gawking me and he's trying to put more weight on and I'm like, man, he's gonna hurt himself. He's trying to lift more than me, but it just gets annoying. And one thing I could say is my fiance, she actually went to the gym by herself one time. Actually, a few times, but the first time she was like, yeah, she was uncomfortable and all that because people were trying to talk to her and all this. But
Mm-hmm.
now, and this is what I was gonna ask you, Erica, do you find going to the gym a little bit more relaxing when you're by yourself? One thing I can
Yes.
say is when I get in my zone and I really like block everything out and I'm in there by myself, it's kind of like a sanctuary. It's serene. It's like it's very I feel at peace, even though I might be having some chaotic music going through my ears and like I'm doing some crazy stuff in the gym, but I'm I'm at peace with myself. And not to say like having a gym partner, you're not at peace with them too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something about getting that solo pump, just like that solo lift. Sometimes you need that. I was just wondering, have
Absolutely.
you like okay, so you do feel that.
Yeah,
You don't have me
because
harassing them.
when you go with
No.
someone that's fun,
You don't have
yeah,
me
you
harassing
harass
them.
each other. and but when you go by yourself, it's just you and the weights. Like you don't pay attention to anything else. You listen to
Yeah.
your crazy music or your drug dealer music or
Hey,
whatever.
yeah.
I listen to that.
Hey, yeah.
I feel like I'm on the street, but I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
myself, and it's like what's the word? Like euphoric. Like it's you just in your
Yes.
zone and you don't pay
Yes.
attention to anything else. And then I feel like when I'm by myself, of course when you're with someone else they push you, but I feel like I push myself
True.
harder when I'm by
Very
myself,
true.
just because like I know someone's not waiting on me to do the next set, like if we're going back and forth, or I don't have anyone there waiting on me in general. So I can focus more on like, okay, we'll just do one extra set if you think you can do it. So I just do more than I normally do if I was with someone else. Which is great to have a partner because that helps you stay accountable. But when you have a session by yourself, it's like you're in a whole different world.
Yeah.
And then you're less
dope.
stressed when you come out, and it's just lovely.
Car ride home. Sometimes you just man, I done
So
had car
tired.
rides home. Yeah, I don't even put on music. I'm just
Out of it, tired,
Yep.
exhausted, but feeling like amazing. It's cool.
Feeling
Yeah.
great. You be like, dang, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay. But man, that's another thing, man. Like going to the gym, I couldn't imagine going to the gym by myself as a female. I
So annoying.
There's some
there
dogs in
do
there,
be some
man.
creeps, man. Even when I
There's some
go,
dogs.
bruh, even when I go with my fiance, even when I go with her,
I'm
bruh,
looking at her.
I still see. I'm like, dude, I'm literally standing here. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm like,
If it's
man,
leg day, I go in a corner and like go by myself away from everybody because I hate it so much. But once they start going more by themselves, if they haven't already started going more by themselves, they'll get their little attitude to come out and be like, please leave me alone. I'm trying to lift weights. Because I've had
oh
so many
yeah,
people try to come up to me and I have headphones and I'm like, please do not bother me. Like, thank you, go
yeah,
away.
yeah.
It's
Like, man, if I
so
have my
frustrating.
headphones in, don't come talking to
Do
me.
not
That
disturb.
should be, yeah, that's the number one rule. My headphones in, and especially if I'm looking. You know, one thing I hate is if I'm looking in the mirror and I notice somebody looking at me
Creeping
in the
on
mirror.
you.
I'm like, dude, like, bro,
So awkward. And then they make awkward eye contact with you and you're like,
yeah.
go away.
And then they want to like try and make conversation with you. Like, man, all right.
I hate that.
I feel for y'all females, man. 'Cause I know y'all got it 10 times worse than us. That's crazy.
And it's bad because you
Dang.
got to be hateful for them to go away and leave you alone. Because if not, they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, well,
yeah.
are you working out tomorrow? Leave me alone.
PSA, fellas, if you're in the
Man.
gym, all right, relax,
Stop
bro.
it.
Let's go ahead and get your workout in. You see a
Yeah.
female squatting, leave her alone. Just leave them alone. They're there to
Leave
work
them
out just
ladies
like you.
alone, man.
If you want to, mingle,
If
go
they
ahead.
need a spot, they will come ask you.
Go to
Exactly.
go to a bar, go on 10 to do something. Leave that out the gym, man. We trying to
There
work
you
out, get
go.
swole. Get right, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody in there on a mission.
Yeah.
If she needs a spot, she will ask you for a spot. All right.
Yeah, please don't offer. Because it's so weird.
Yeah. All right. So, you spoke about your fitness journey and everything. What made you want to like turn that into a business and really go all in? Like now you got, like you said, you got clientele. You got a schedule. You got stuff you got to put out, and like what made you like, hey, I like this. I'm doing good in it. Let's make some money off of it. Like what was that transition?
I think it was the point when people started messaging me asking me what I was doing. And I was like, of course I would answer them. But I was like, maybe I could help them even further if I knew more. And at the time, I don't necessarily know if I'm doing all these right, like form-wise and stuff, so because I was just winging it. So once I realized there was a need, I was like, okay, we're going to do this because it's fun to me. I love when people get excited when they like lift 10 pounds more than they were before, or if they walked further than they had before, ran further than they had before, because I like
Right.
making people happy. I like making people proud of themselves. So once I realized that I could do that, not easily, but with my personality, I can motivate them to keep going, even if they want to give up. That's when I was like, oh, I got to do this. So now we're actually having a women's wellness retreat in March, and it's going to be awesome. So it's
Okay.
exciting. Yeah.
What's the date in March?
March 24th through the 28th. And we're going to have like yoga. It's a weekend retreat in like this mansion. It's lovely. There's going to be yoga and emotional release therapy sessions. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. So, emotional release therapy is using pressure points and like Reiki healing, so energy healing. If something traumatic happens to your body holds on to it in your muscles. That's why when you work out, like you feel a lot better, and that's why it relieves your stress because, of course, it releases endorphins and dopamine and things like that. But it helps to alleviate the trauma in your body, regardless if it's like physical or emotional, anything like that. And they help you to process things that have happened to you, like a therapist in a way. And we're going to be having sessions for each person that comes in, to the wellness retreat. I'm doing a workshop on nutrition and health and mental health, and we have a mindset coach coming, and also another emotional release therapist that's going to be there to help assist with all that. And we're going to have a yoga class by this girl named Caitlin Churchill. She's lovely. It's going to be lovely.
Okay, so Women's Health and Wellness Retreat, March 24th and 28th. That's correct, right?
Yes, in Nashville.
All right. Nashville, Tennessee. How is it still? Is still availability for these women to sign up?
Yes, we have about 5 or 6 beds left.
Okay, so 5 or 6
So
spots,
we're halfway
ladies.
there. We're
5 or 6
through.
spots. 5 or 6 spots. All right, we're gonna drop the info on how to sign up and everything for that later on in the show. We're gonna make sure we get that in there for all of our female listeners. You know, if you're in the Nashville, Tennessee area, or if you just want to make a trip, go out to the Women's Health and Wellness Retreat, March 24th through the 28th, y'all. All right. So that's how she turned it into a business. Dang, that's crazy. That's a pretty good story, man. Like, that's one thing I always say. Once you find something you love, like, why not try and make some money off of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why not try and build off of it? And you doing it. That's dope. Look at you. You got retreats already planned. You got people signing up. That's good, man. You doing your thing.
Thank
All right. Oh, you got any questions for a businessman before we move on?
Shoot,
Well, I asked another question.
so I know for our past couple guests, shoot, just finding your niche. Yeah, this seems like you found your niche, man. I know it's hard. It's hard to find it. I know. I'm still looking for mine. To be honest with you, you know, I love doing the podcast stuff and all that. But when it comes to my career path and all that, I hate it. You know, I hate sales. I can't. It's terrible. So I'm trying to find my niche. So I salute you for finding yours, and I'm happy you're thriving. So just a quick question. So you know the mindset, mental health, and all that. So I'm pretty sure you have some. So is this a female clientele or male clientele as well?
I have a few male clientele, but I obviously attract more female just because I speak more from the female perspective. But I have a few people that you actually know, Bama, that have worked with me, and they done awesome. And
Okay.
they, yeah. And they done really well. So I work with men too. It's just women, just it's where I'm from, a female perspective. More women are attracted to my programs and things like that.
Yeah, most
More
definitely.
drawn
So
to
another question for you, right? When it comes to males, I know we're kind of hard headed when it comes to our emotions. We bottle stuff up, right? So I think it's a good question right here. When it comes to you got your female clients and you got your male clients. When it comes to saying, hey, you know, it's all right. So what's going on in life? You know, what's your mind going through today? You know, how's it like breaking into a male's mind versus a female's mind when it comes to kind of releasing the stress and trying to get a routine going and all that type of stuff? And it must be harder for the guy.
That is a good question. It is harder for guys. So for women, we like to talk. So we're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, this happened," blah blah. Talk to you like an old friend. But men, you have to like tiptoe around it. Just be like, "Hey, you cool today? Everything good? You've been missing workouts or whatever it may be." And they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. So you check in with them again the next day. Because usually I'll do like weekly check-ins. But if something's off, I'm like, hey, you sure you're good? After a couple of days, they'll either tell you what's up, or I'll just suggest like maybe you need to talk to somebody and just see like someone, a close friend or something, and vent to them. Because if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, that's okay. Because you have your comfort zone, and that's perfectly fine. But it is a lot harder to get guys to actually talk about something. Yeah, it's a lot harder. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, man,
Y'all are
it's an
hard.
epidemic, man. Shoot, when it comes to guys expressing themselves, I had an issue with that. I still kind of do. There's a couple times, my old lady, what's wrong with you? You walking around crazy? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. Shit, I'm chilling. In all reality, I had a shitty day at work, or I just hate going to my job
I'm
every day.
angry.
You know what I'm saying? Let's keep
Yeah.
that shit, keep it in the book. You
Man,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
just
But yeah, it's an epidemic,
that's
man.
just
Fellas,
something
man, speak up.
that's instilled.
Speak up, fellas, man. Speak up. It's all
Yeah.
right to speak up
Just
because
because
you don't want to
society
you don't want
tries
to go
to tell
crazy.
you that you don't need to.
Yeah.
Because you can't need to. Even if society tries to tell you you have to be a man, blah, blah, blah. You're human. You have emotions. You can express them. And if you don't know how, work on learning how to communicate. Because that's perfectly fine. A lot of men don't know how to communicate their emotions or how they're feeling or what's wrong because they were never taught how to. And that's why I don't like push them to, because they might not know how to express that to me. So I'm just like, talk to someone that you know that you feel comfortable talking to, because it puts them in a better headspace of, okay, I'm safe and I can share whatever information I need to share. Like your wife, you feel comfortable talking to her. Your fiance, you feel comfortable talking to her, and that's a lot easier than like annoying the shit out of them just to get them to be like, you okay? So it's a lot easier that way.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's what's up. So, all right, switching over, let's switch over to like daily living and everything. So, how do you go about purchasing like the correct foods for your diet? I mean, okay, I understand you say don't limit yourself to what you want to eat and stuff. But at the same time, you can't just be going out there buying anything all willy-nilly like TV dinners and all that. You got to buy real food, real stuff, like stuff that's actually healthy for you. So, and one thing that I've noticed, which is very sad, is to actually be healthy is very expensive. So, no, okay. This is what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear. All right. So inform us. Yeah, educate us. Educate us. Let's go.
It
Yeah, I'm gonna
can
get me a
be
pen and paper.
expensive. It can be expensive if you make it expensive. It might not be as exciting, but instead of going for like canned vegetables, if you don't want to get like fresh vegetables, like if they're too expensive for you right now and you want to get frozen vegetables, they're the same as the other ones. They don't have as much sodium as the ones in the can. I always tell my clients to stick to the perimeter of the grocery store. The closer you go into the middle, the more processed the food is. Like that's where your Pop-Tarts, cereal, all that crap is. I mean, you can get those if you want them, but if there's something that like you feel like you have no control and it's at your house, don't buy it. So the way
I've
to
never noticed that.
yeah.
Stay
I've
by the
never
freezer.
noticed that.
I stay by the
Because you
freezer.
got your veggies, you got your fruit, your meat,
Yeah.
and then when you go closer, it's all cereal, all that
It's all
crap.
sugar and stuff. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
See? Dropping some good ones, okay? And
Dropping gems.
so if you want to stay on a budget, write down your budget of whatever it is that week or for the 2 weeks, and then write down what meals that you want. You can go on anything on Google, on Pinterest. Like I have recipe ebooks for my clients that are like low carb, high protein, and even plant based if they want to do that. And there's meal plan templates in there. So you choose like let's say 5 meals that if you want to meal prep. And when you do that, you write out what ingredients you want to put in there. Typically just stick with a protein, a veggie, and some type of grain. And it sounds boring, but you can come up with different ideas when you made, like, I don't want you to do chicken, broccoli, and rice every day. That's so boring. But you can do like salmon, sweet potatoes, and some Brussels sprouts if you don't want any grains. So you just have to mix and match things if you get frozen vegetables, it's a lot easier. Of course, they last longer. You can do, like, you can steam them in the microwave because usually they're made that way now. Or you can grill them, put them in the air fryer. I air fry Brussels sprouts. Amazing, just so you know. And the main thing is having a plan when you go in. Now, if you go to the grocery store when you're hungry, not a good idea because you just start buying things that sound good at the moment. And I've done that plenty of times. And I realized, like, why am I grabbing this crazy stuff? And I'm like, okay, I haven't eaten today. That's the issue. So always eat before you go to the grocery store. Stay on the perimeter. I mean, if
Okay, so you dropped some good gems on us, sticking on the perimeter. That's something I never knew. Like sticking on the perimeter yeah. Now that I think about like the layout of just Walmart itself, all the healthy stuff is literally on the perimeter. And once you go into like the middle aisles and stuff, it's all the craziness. That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, you dropping gems on us today. All right. So next question. What are some of your personal goals? What are your goals, personal goals for fitness, and also your business? What are some of your goals in your business, and what are the steps that you take to reach your goals? Because everybody has goals, but in order to reach them, you got to have a plan. So just give us an insight on what you got going on.
Okay. So, of course, we're doing the retreat. And when I was talking to my friend that's doing it with me the other day, actually, um, I was thinking about going in the direction of like younger adults that are like in college and also possibly teenagers. You know, teenagers are stubborn, so that one's iffy. We're still working the kinks out of that one. But I want to also have a lot of different goals. I want to coach soccer at some point, like in a high school or something.
Okay.
Because I miss it so much. I don't miss playing it. I'm out of shape, as I don't know what about running. So, but I want to be the person that I needed when I was on the team when I was like in college and high school. Because when I was playing in college, my confidence wasn't that high, and because I was used to being in high school being like the best, and then all these other people were like really good, and I was like, okay, instead of using that as motivation at the time, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm good as them. But I want to be the person that I needed, as with guidance, and like remind myself, like, you're fine, you're doing great, you just need to keep focusing on yourself. So I want to work with the youth in some way. And I used to want to own my own gym, but since I started doing everything online when I first started, it's so much easier. I can work from anywhere. It's way better. So I no longer want to have my own gym, but I do want to create some type of group that is, of course, for mental health, but also that gives people the tools to excel with their fitness and also in other parts of their life. Because if you're doing well and teaching yourself discipline and fitness, it's going to ripple effect throughout your life, because it's teaching you that you have to stick to something and be consistent. And the way I'm going to get there is slowly but surely. I'm going to use my programs that I'm creating now online, and then working toward doing those as workshops in person, and travel and do those. And also, the coaching thing is just going to be like, if by chance. And with my fitness goals, maintain, because I'm cool with how I look now. Of course, I want more muscle definition. Who doesn't? But staying balanced with eating nutritiously for myself, for my health, because something's going on. I have psoriasis, which is a autoimmune disorder. Didn't learn that till like a year ago. So I'm not supposed to have gluten and things like that. And I'm getting ready to take an allergy test, which I'm excited about, and I feel like a nerd. But so I can figure out what foods are causing inflammation in my body, so that I can not have those and stay away from them, so that I can become even more healthy. So my goal is to be as healthy as I can be and stay balanced with not stressing about it, but doing it in a way that I enjoy it and continue to enjoy it. And that's always the goal, because you don't do anything you hate. Even if you, because you need to see it as, well, not you, but people in general need to see exercise as a form of release and stress relief instead of punishment, because that was my problem when I was younger, as I've seen it as a punishment to exercise. And that your food isn't like, food is fuel for your body. Of course, there's some emotions attached to it because that's just, you celebrate things. If someone dies, you take them pie or whatever, especially in the South. Like, food is your emotions most of the time, and people emotionally eat. So it's all about balance. That's balance. I want to keep everything balanced to where I can continue doing it for the rest of my life and teach people how to continue to do that for themselves.
Hey, shoot, tell you a little bit about my personal goals, man.
Yes,
I'm getting married next November.
Ooh.
I got 30 pounds I'm finna get off me. You know, got 30 pounds we finna drop. That's
Big 30.
which ain't big 30, you know. Shoot, bro, when me and you was on it, bro, I had dropped like 60.
Ooh.
But we was working though. We was working, bro. We worked from, cause when you came before the season, bro.
2018.
So yeah,
Summer.
you came in like July,
Like August.
Yeah, the summer, all through. So we was lifting from then till what? Cause you left in March.
Yeah,
March,
beginning of
right?
March. 2019.
Yeah, you left in March, and I kept it up. Shoot, all the way till I left up in May. And to be honest with you, I was still doing it when I went to North Dakota for that year. For that whole 6 months. And then what had happened was, because after that I ended up going back to Pikeville, freaking COVID, bro. I couldn't go to the gym. Got fat again. But it's cool though. We working again. No, we human. And that's one thing a lot of people don't understand is that, bro, your body gonna fluctuate. It is what it is, but you gotta learn to take it as it is. And that's one thing, like I said, man, I had lost 60 pounds before. So I know I could lose these 30. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed the process because you learn a lot about yourself. And I did it before, and I'm learning new things about myself now. So it's just you learn more about yourself and you really learn to love yourself more because you go through a transformation and you get yourself in a whole new mental aspect. So that's just my personal goal. You know, I'm about to lose 30 for this wedding because when I come down the aisle, we're gonna be stepping with a purpose. You know, and it's crazy, man. I had just locked my hair back up. Thank God. I feel like a fool for cutting them because man, them things would have been swinging. They'd have probably been like down here right now.
You're talking
But
boy,
it's
man.
cool.
You gotta get
Man,
some of this.
You got years
Look
on
at
me,
thing.
dog. You got
flow.
years on me.
Look at the flow. Patience.
But yeah, man. And then shoot, business wise, bro. To be honest, man, just the podcast, what we on now, that's it's cool to like just know that we're growing and we have people that listen to us that aren't just family and friends. Like we have people that listen to us that's clear across the world. Shoot, my brother, he's in visiting from Germany, and I know he listens to it out there. And some of his people in his regiment, he's in the army. They actually listen to the podcast, so that's actually pretty cool. We got some listeners out of Germany, we got some out of Argentina, man. So that we've never even. I don't know nobody in Argentina. I don't know if you know anybody in Argentina. Oh, but yeah, we got some folks in Argentina that listen to us. So yeah, man, that's the business goals for my year is just to build this, man. Just keep branding us, keep pushing, and also brand myself. You know, shoot, I got a master's this year. You know, it's like bigger and better things, man. Yeah, exactly. Like, hell yeah, go on, brush your shoulders off.
You
You
smart.
know, you got to do all that. Yeah, yeah, we smart, bro. We educated. We both got masters. So it's like, man, I want to be better for myself, and in order for me to do better for myself, I also need to do better for myself physically, because that's going to transpire to my mental. You know, so why not? Everybody deserves the best that they want, or they deserve everything that they desire. You know, so why not try out and go and get it? Yeah, anybody could say, yeah, I deserve this, I deserve that. But what you doing to go get it? It ain't gonna be handed to you. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. Then a lot of people shy away from work. Nah, we want it. Bring it here. That's why I'm excited for this, man. He's 30 this year. Shoot, I might drop another 60. Once I get to 30, be like, oh, I got 2 more months. Man, let me try and hit another 10 or another 15. I'm gonna knock that out. But yeah, man, we about to get right. That's dope, man.
Those are good
That's
goals.
dope. Yeah. What about you, O?
Ooh, let's see here. All right. So right now I'm on keto. I told y'all off camera or off recording. I'm on keto right now. You know, right now I'm at 255. So, you know, when I was playing, I was like 290, 300. And when I was at Liberty, I got down to 245. COVID hit.
Bro,
No, I started coaching
we
college
was
ball. I lied to
small.
you. College football, you know, it had a cafeteria. So I was in there hungry 3 times a day. So I was like, right, I got up back to like 275. Yeah. And then COVID hit. I was up to 285. And then post COVID, you know, dialed down, lost weight, got a kid. I actually maintained my weight when I had my baby. And then bought a house. Yeah, bought a house, gained some weight, go back into like 265. And then now I'm going back down. So right now I'm at 255. So I'm gonna try this keto thing out. You know, I hate it. I love my bread, but it's only for a month. And I don't know how people live their life like it. I don't know how I could do it, you know, with the whole life and eating no bread or rice. I know I'm Hispanic, you know, my people from the islands, I eat rice and beans.
For real, bro.
You know
We
what I'm saying?
Chicos, man. We eat that.
Fried dumplings, all
we
that
eat
stuff.
that, bro.
Yeah,
All
but
that.
my goal weight wise, what, drop 15, get down to 240, 235. Business goals, expand the podcast. Also I got a little YouTube page and Instagram thing going on. Kind of like Erica here. I'm trying to, you know, be real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be you know, getting surgery, you know, needle up in the veins, getting all, you know, cheating. You know, I'm trying to show them, hey, you know, I'm all natural, just like y'all. You know, I ain't rich. You know, I ain't super, nothing special, but we still getting results. You know what I'm saying? So trying to grow that. You know, entertain the people, and also grow the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna invest in it, do our thing. And also, I want to find my niche, man. So when it comes to the work life, I want to find my niche. So still haven't found it yet. I hate sales, but it pays the bills, pays the mortgage. So I gotta stick with it till I find something I like to do. So yeah, man, those are the goals. And then, you know, drop this weight so I can look good at most wedding. I'm pretty sure I'm going to that 100%. I got to buy the ticket here soon. But yeah, man, that's the outlook, man.
That's exciting. I'm proud of you all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shoot. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Like I said,
Really, I just met you like that story.
Hey, bro, that's the thing. Like it's crazy because it's crazy what people say. Like, yeah, you could speak to somebody or know somebody, but not really know somebody. You know what I mean? Because like Erica, I knew you in college. Like I spoke to you, said, "Hey, what's up?" Shoot, we went to parties. Yeah, like we went to parties and stuff. Like that's why I'm like, dang, like bro, I didn't know she got kicked out. I didn't know. Like I had no idea.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about that.
Bro, I don't. Man, you know, like you said, I'm to myself. I don't pay nothing no mind. If it ain't directly affecting me, or all right. so that's how I always been. But yeah, like dang, that's crazy. Like yeah, like we proud of you too, man. You doing your thing. Hey, ladies, March 24th through the 28th, they still got availability. All right, Women's Wellness Retreat. For more information, you know, DM my coach Erica on IG. All right, we're gonna tag an IG page on here. I know she got a Facebook and all that. Y'all can find all that on the IG page. Yeah, man, we gonna blast it. If you guys got any questions about her, man, reach out to her or reach out to us. We'll give you her information. You know, health and mindset coach. It ain't just about your body, how you look in your body. We worried about your mental too. Because at the end of the day, man, your mental is what drives it all. Can't go nowhere without your brain. That brain got to be healthy, y'all. All right. Shoot. Episode 9, everybody. Episode 9 with my coach Erica. Coach Erica. That's crazy. IG handle is my coach Erica. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, everybody, y'all make sure y'all give her a follow. We're gonna blast her on here. Gonna have all her information on here. If you guys have any questions, shoot, my coach Erica. I keep calling you by IG name, Erica. You got anything you want to speak to say to the people, man?
Just don't give up. That's it. Because you can do anything you put your mind to.
You got a podcast coming out, man? Spread the word. You got a podcast coming out soon?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. I'm starting a podcast. That's all I know right now. It's going to be about everything health, from mental health to physical health, like working out, ways to get your results the way you want them, the correct way, the healthy way, the natural way. Nothing wrong with not natural, but the natural way. And also spirituality, a little bit of everything, just whole prism of everything. I don't know what I'm not going to call it yet, but just stay tuned.
That's fine. That's fine.
Stay tuned.
Got it.
It's hard to find a name. It's hard to find a podcast.
Yeah, it took us a little while to come up with this one. So
it was a good one.
Appreciate it. Head. All right. Hey, I just wanted to touch on something. Hey, y'all. Remember in the beginning of the episode, she said she was a pastry chef, man. Nah. I got a question. So, you didn't fulfill that goal, like, being an actual pastry chef, but I know you still bake. Because if you had it in your heart before, you still bake.
I do.
So what is your go-to dessert or go-to thing to bake? What is your favorite that you enjoy baking, and then what is your favorite that you enjoy eating?
My two favorites was the apple cinnamon walnut bread I told you about earlier off camera, and sugar-free. Don't let that scare you away. Pumpkin cheesecake. It's really good, and I think those are my two favorite because I love making the cinnamon apple walnut bread. It's so good. So good.
That sounds so different.
And actually, when we were talking about goals earlier, I want to make my own recipe book at some point in my life for like healthy, not healthier, but like desserts that aren't horrible.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that could be the title of the book right there. Desserts that aren't horrible.
There you go.
Boom.
Cinnamon apple walnut bread.
Period. Man, that junk sound amazing.
I talk about this damn bread. I'm on keto and shit. I can't have it for a month.
Oh, yeah,
you on keto? Man,
I'm mad.
Hey, that man finna be dreaming about that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh snap! Dang, man.
That hurt.
Shoot, that's episode 9, everybody. Erica, we appreciate you coming on. We're gonna blast the information on the page. Hey, if you guys listeners, you guys got any questions, females, you wanna sign up for this women's wellness retreat in Nashville, Tennessee, y'all DM us. We'll get you her information, or shoot, you could go straight to the horse. All her information gonna be right here on here. You ain't gotta deal with the middleman. Y'all go straight to her. All her information gonna be blasted on here. You guys been tuned in to the Head to Head podcast, episode 9. Special guest Erica, health and mindset coach. Episode 9, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed week. And hey, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
For real, like, share, and subscribe, man. Tell your mama to watch the show. Tell your auntie to watch the show. Tell your brothers. Tell your cousin. Tell your sister.
And your
Tell your
grandma.
boyfriend, significant other. Tell your ex.
Sit.
Watch the show.
Hey, sit the little babies down. Don't put Caillou on and nothing like
Or
that.
Coco
Put the
Melon.
show on.
He said,
Yeah, don't put no Coco Melon on. Put the show on, man. Let the head play in the background, man. Like, come on.
might just learn.
Run them views up. They might
just
learn
learn
something.
something watching this. We out here though, man. We out here.
We out of
Bless
here.
y'all, man.
All
Thank y'all
love,
for
y'all.
having me.